lot of people have been asking me that how did I build a corpus of investing. Now as of date I have built a corpus of almost 2 crores, which is my investable corpus. This is not my net worth, it is just my investable corpus. That means what I'm investing in the market right now, making my returns from this money, right? Now I'm going to talk about how I actually built this corpus over a long period of time, and I'm going to talk about each and every step, right, from how I started with zero to actually how I reached 2 crores. So let me tell all of this in today's video. So let me tell you my first tryst with stock market. Now this was back in 2010. I had just turned 18 and I had a savings of approximately 5,000 rupees at that point. And I clearly remember at that point my uncle, right, he used to be in the stock market. He used to trade a lot in the stock market. He used to do wealth management for a lot of clients. So I was always interested in learning about finances and stock market. So I asked him for help, right? And he gave me this Thomson Reuters login. Now at that point, Thomson Reuters used to do a lot of research and analysis. And once I get into that login, which is a paid login, you get all the research of different companies like what we see today with research reports. Now, obviously I was a noob at that point. I didn't know how to invest. So I invested in a penny stock at that point on Money Control called Research Minds. So I had a HDFC Demat account. I put my 5,000 rupees. It was trading at 0.5 paisa. And funnily, that 0.5 rupees, which is 50 paisa, became 1 rupee. My 5,000 became 10,000. I was extremely excited. I called my uncle and I told him that, look, I've doubled my money, and 5 to 10,000 I've done within a span of 30 to 45 days in this penny stock. And next day he removed my login. He changed the password. Now in everyone's career, there comes something known as golden moments or jumps, right? Now these are jumps that happen in your net worth where because you're in the right place at the right time and you make a lot of money at this point. So my first jump was when I went abroad to do my masters. So I had gone to UK to do my masters, Scotland actually, to do my masters. And during the last 2-3 months of my masters, I was getting bored. So I started doing a job as a waiter. Right now, at that point, I used to get £5 an hour, which was approximately 500 rupees per hour, right? And I used to do almost Monday to Friday and weekends, almost 8 to 12 hours at that point. Over a period of time, over 3 months, I saved up a corpus of approximately 3 to 4 lakhs. And this 3 to 4 lakhs, I did not have a loan at that point. That is something I have to thank my father for that. I took this 4 lakhs and invested it back into India. I had a app called TransferWise. I put it back to India and I started investing from my Demat account again. By then I had a lot of knowledge about finance because I was at my master level and I had learned a lot about the stock market, right? Then came my first jump. Now, this was a time when, Bitcoin started being spoken about very often in UK. This was not exposed in India, but in UK, people were talking about Ethereum and Bitcoin. And at that point, I started investing in Ethereum. And this was a point when Ethereum was trading at $4 to $8, very cheap. I bought in at that point, extremely cheap at that point. $8 became $24, 3x my money in less than few months. I sold it, again bought another coin, doubled it, sold it, doubled it, sold it. And by the time it was 2016, when I came back to India, and I started working as an investment banker as my first job, I already had a net worth of approximately 20-25 lakhs, right? Saved up in crypto, not in INR, but most of my money was tied up in crypto. Now, when I was working in investment banking, that was when my real potential got unlocked. Now, I used to get up every single day, go to office at 9 a.m. and come back home at around 10 p.m. at that point. This was in Lower Parel, Mumbai. And every day I used to look at the banking market, Bloomberg terminal, which was just amazing, doing a lot of PPTs for customers and understanding what is going on in the market, doing IPO deals and all of that, right? Now, I only worked there for 9 months, but the amount of knowledge I got with that investment banking journey was just unbelievable because I understood how markets work. Immediately after that, I jumped into starting my own company called Avalon. This was way back in 2017. And almost at that point, I had 20-25 lakhs of capital. I put all of that into Avalon itself. I didn't take any money from my parents at that point. I said, let me start from zero. And all my money went into Avalon. And this was in 2017. Now comes jump number 2. Now at this point, I'll cut forward to 2019 where I didn't have a lot of money in my bank account because most of it was invested in business and it was growing Avalon. So we did get a lot of fame at that point, but most of the money was going back into the business and we were not taking a very high salary. At this point, we predicted that content is going to be the future. And in 2019, I still remember, was my first YouTube video on what is inflation and how to understand inflation. Now, 2019, by the way, was just before the entire COVID fiasco that happened. And this was even before the term influencers or financial influencers was born. And when 2020 happened, that was key jump number 2, which was called right place at the right time. Now think about this. COVID hit in 2020, everyone was sitting at home, the liquidity got infused in the market, the stock market started going up, and there was so much demand for stock market content. And at that point, I had already started a small YouTube channel doing all of these content on Instagram and YouTube, and that started doing really well because I was already one step ahead of the game. And at that point, right, I didn't have any course at that point, but at that point, I had started doing brand deals, I had started doing IP deals, if you see my old videos with Grow, and that was just phenomenal income that came into my bank account. That was the net worth jump number 2. Suddenly from zero, almost 1-2 lakhs of savings in ELSS, it jumped to 15-20 lakhs within 1 year. And then I started investing that 15-20 lakhs in 2020, which jumped my net worth even more after that in 2021. And by the end of 2021, I had a total corpus of 50 lakh rupees. This is after paying tax, investable corpus. Now, what did I do with this 50 lakhs? Now, any smart investor would just keep this 50 lakhs 2021. We are in the bull run, peak of the bull run, and you would keep investing more in the market to convert this 50 into 1 crore, 2 crores. But I was a little skeptical because I'm like, 2 years of bull run is just too much. So out of that 50 lakhs, I took out 25 lakhs, which is half of my entire net worth in liquid capital. I took that out and bought 2 flats in Bangalore in a place called Devnalli, right? Which was a total corpus of 64 lakhs per flat. I bought 2 of 68 lakhs per flat. I bought 2 of it, and my down payment was 20%, which was 12 plus 12, which was 25 lakhs I'd paid at that point, right? And the rest I'd taken EMI, and I was paying 1.5 lakhs EMI from whatever salary I was making. But the remaining 25 lakhs, I started reinvesting back into the markets at that point. Now comes 2023, which I call the mother of all jumps. Now, the 2 flats that I had invested, which was 64 lakhs each, both of them within a span of 8 to 9 months jumped from 64 to 68 lakhs to 1 crore each. Right now, that was great. I immediately sold one of my flats at 1 crore, cleared off the loan of that flat and put little more capital from my trading income and cleared the other loan as well. So now I had completely successfully exited one house, make some profit, used that money and some other capital of mine, invested it back into the second house and made it completely debt free. And now that house, which is now in 2024, is worth approximately 1.2 to 1.25, completely debt free. Haven't given it on rent yet because I just want to dispose it and take the capital out. I believe in capital. That was the house jump number 1. Now, in the same year, something else happened. Now, coming to the market, in 2023, the market also was doing well, and my 25-30 lakh corpus at that point, which I kept investing more and more, increasing the capital, that went from 20 to 30 lakhs to almost 80 lakhs at the end of 2023. Obviously, we're in the bull run, so whatever I touched was going well, but also you need some research and analysis to touch the right things and have good risk management strategies. So that is something that I did. And when we started coming into 2024, which is the 1st Jan of 2024 to now, that 80 corpus has gone up to approximately 2 crores right now, which is pure investable corpus, and my houses are still there. So basically, I have one house, one I sold, one I have, and then I bought another property again for investment purpose in Devnalli at that point. So basically, I have 2 investable houses that are there. One of it which I'm going to liquidate very soon within the next few months and increase this capital and keep it more and more, right? So this is something that I'm planning to do very soon. But this was the mother of all jumps, right? If I had not removed the money and put it in the house, I think I would have made much more in the stock market. It is an opportunity cost that I lost in hindsight. But if I had to look at it from that perspective, at that point, I think I did the right decision because the market was slightly overheated at that point. Now, coming to what is my next plan. Now we're in the almost in the tail end of 2024, right? Markets are again overheated as you see right now, but I don't think the bull market is going to stop anytime soon. Fingers crossed. I can't predict the market. But one thing I've decided is I'm not going to buy any more houses. I'm just going to complete the loan on my last house, which is there, which is the Devnalli one. But I'm not going to buy any more houses. I'm going to liquidate all my houses, keep cash rich capital in my hand. And now my goal is to grow this capital from 2 crores right now to a corpus of 10 crores by 2030, right? I have around 5.5-6 years to do it. I'm sure in 6 years, if the market is okay, I don't need the market to be great. If the market is okay, then I should be able to reach my target of 2 crores to 10 crores. But if the market turns bad and it goes into a bear mode and it is becoming really, really tough to make returns, then finding opportunities will become a very difficult thing to do. But I'm confident with my ability that I should be able to find something else. Another thing that I've started recently is creating my son's corpus. I recently had a kid in the month of May. So I've started creating a son's corpus, which I made a video again. Now that is again a 15-17 stock basket that I'm doing in SIP, and I've grown it a lot right now. It's almost reached 7 lakhs. Now that is something that I want to increase and keep growing over that period of time. And when he turns 30, I will give this to him, right? So that is my entire journey that I've been thinking right now. Now, before we end the video, I want to give you a couple of tips, right? Now, in everyone's life you will have key net worth jumps, right? You will be at the right place at the right time, whether it's in your business, whether it's in your personal life, but you will come a point where there will be a time which is your considered your golden opportunity. For me, my golden opportunity number one was in 2016 when I was buying Ethereum and Bitcoin at very low rates. That I understood that it was a beautiful opportunity. I knew that the markets were not efficient and I need to make my money quick and get out. That was my key jump number one, and that was my net worth jump, but I knew how to play that market perfectly. My second biggest jump happened when content creation kicked in, and at that point people were paying shit ton of money for me doing brand deals and all of that, which I knew was unsustainable and it is something that should not happen. But I never cried. I took all that money and I started investing it into a faster growing asset. See, I could have blown that money away. I did do a lot of spending, but majority of my money went into growing my capital, and my capital was generating crazy amount of returns at that point. So that was my key jump number two. I know for a fact in my life there will be at least 2 or 3 more key jumps that come. Whenever you realize that you are in a zone where this is your time, your golden opportunity, I want you guys to take a step back, think, how do I capitalize this to the maximum potential? Everyone has this in their time, right? And now we're almost at the tail end of the bull market, but you will see another bull market in your life. So be ready for that next bull market, because we have to make a killing even in that bull market, right? So you need to look at how big people think about money. Don't always look at from a retail investor standpoint. I always think, what would a hedge fund manager do? What would a big mutual fund manager do? Or what would an institutional guy do, right? If I had this kind of money, how would I allocate it right now? What would be my risk appetite? Do I go all in? Do I double down? Or do I stay a little bit on cash? So all of these things are very important when you're in the market. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys like this video. I'm putting more videos out on other things as well. So stay tuned and watch more of this. This is me, Shashank Udupa, signing off. Take care. See you guys. Bye.